I cheated and lost everything. My name is Emma. It only happened once. I told my husband the truth. I thought he would forgive me. I was wrong. I was very wrong. This is the story of my biggest mistake. This is the story of how my perfect life fell apart. I want to tell you this story. I want you to listen. Clears throat. Maybe you can learn from me. Maybe you will not make the same mistake. I am 28 years old. I am an adult. I thought I knew everything about life. I thought I knew everything about love, but I did not. Let me tell you about my life before the mistake. My life was beautiful. It was simple. I was married to a man named David. David was my best friend. We were married for 5 years. 5 happy years. David was a good man. He was tall. He had kind blue eyes. He always smiled at me when he came home from work. David worked at a bank. It was a hard job. But he never complained. He worked hard for us. He wanted us to have a good life. We lived in a small house. It was a white house with a green door. We had a garden. I loved that garden. I planted flowers. I planted red roses and yellow tulips. David helped me. On weekends, we worked in the garden together. The sun was warm. The air smelled sweet. We were happy. We had a routine. A routine is doing the same thing every day. Some people think routines are boring. I thought it was boring, too. But now I miss it. I miss it very much. Every morning David woke up at 7 o'clock. He made coffee. The smell of coffee filled the house. I woke up to that smell. I walked into the kitchen. David kissed my forehead. He said, "Good morning, Emma." We ate breakfast together. Usually, we ate toast and eggs. We talked about our day. We made plans for the evening. Then, he went to work. I went to my job. I worked in a library. I loved books. I loved the quiet. In the evening, we cooked dinner. David was a good cook. He made great pasta. We watched movies on the sofa. We held hands. It was comfortable. It was safe. I felt loved. But sometimes people want more. Sometimes people get bored. I started to feel bored. I do not know why. My life was perfect. But I felt restless. I wanted excitement. I wanted something new. This was a dangerous feeling. I did not tell David about this feeling. I kept it inside. That was my first mistake. You must always talk to your partner. You must tell them how you feel. But I was silent. Then the day came. The day that changed everything. It was a Friday in November. It was raining. The sky was gray. My friend Sarah invited me to a party. Sarah was single. She liked to go out. She liked loud music and dancing. "Come with me, Emma," Sarah said. "It will be fun. You work too hard. You need to relax." I looked at David. He was tired. He wanted to stay home. He wanted to read a book. "Go have fun," David told me. "You deserve a night out with your friends." He trusted me. He trusted me completely. That hurts my heart now. He trusted me and I broke his heart. I put on a red dress. I put on makeup. I looked in the mirror. I felt pretty. I felt young. I said goodbye to David. He was on the sofa. He waved at me. "Be careful," he said. "I love you. I love you, too." I said I meant it. I really did love him. But I left the house. I met Sarah at the club. The music was very loud. There were many people. The lights were flashing, blue, green, pink. It was exciting. It was different from my quiet life. I danced with Sarah. We laughed. We drank cocktails. The drinks were sweet and strong. I felt light. I felt free. I forgot about my job. I forgot about the laundry. I forgot about the routine. Then I met a man. His name was Mark. Mark was different from David. He was not quiet. He was loud and funny. He told jokes. He bought me a drink. He looked at me with intense eyes. He made me feel special. David made me feel safe. Mark made me feel excited. I talked to Mark for a long time. The music was loud, so we stood close. He smelled like expensive cologne. He touched my arm. I did not move away. I liked the attention. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, stop, Emma. Go home. I wish I could hear you. I wish I could go back in time. I wish I could run out of that club, but I did not leave. I stayed. I drank more. My head felt fuzzy. I was not thinking clearly. Mark asked me to go outside for fresh air. I went with him. The rain had stopped. The air was cold. We stood on the street. He looked at me. He told me I was beautiful, and then it happened. We kissed, and then I went with him to his hotel. It was nearby. I do not want to talk about the details. It is too painful. But I cheated. I broke my vows. I betrayed David. The next morning, I woke up in a strange room. The sun was shining through the window. I looked around. I saw Mark. He was sleeping. Suddenly, I felt sick. My stomach hurt. My head hurt. My heart felt heavy like a stone. What have I done? I whispered. I felt panic. I felt terror. I grabbed my clothes. I dressed quickly. I did not wake Mark. I just ran. I ran out of the hotel. I ran down the street. I wanted to go home. I wanted to be safe. I took a taxi home. My hands were shaking. I could not stop shaking. I looked at my wedding ring. It shined in the sun. It looked like a lie. I arrived at our house. The white house with the green door. It looked the same, but everything was different. I was different. I opened the door quietly. David was in the kitchen. He was making coffee. The smell hit me. It usually made me happy. Now it made me want to cry. David turned around. He smiled. Good morning. You are home early. Did you have fun? He looked so kind. He looked so innocent. He did not know. I tried to smile. Yes, I said. My voice was weak. I had fun. I stayed at Sarah's house. I lied. That was my second big mistake. I lied to his face. I went to the bathroom. I took a shower. I scrubbed my skin. I wanted to wash away the guilt. I wanted to wash away the mistake. But you cannot wash away guilt with water. It stays under your skin. That day was terrible. I could not eat. I could not look at David. He tried to hug me. I pulled away. Are you okay? He asked. You seem strange. I am just tired, I said. I have a headache. For 3 days, I lived with this secret. It was torture. I could not sleep. Every time David said, I love you, I felt a sharp pain in my chest. I felt dirty. I felt like a bad person. I thought about keeping the secret forever. I thought if he doesn't know, he won't be hurt. But I could not do it. I am not a good liar. The guilt was eating me alive. I looked at our photos on the wall, our wedding day, our vacation at the beach. We looked so happy. I had destroyed that happiness. I decided to tell the truth. I thought, David loves me. He is a kind man. He will be angry, but he will forgive me. We can fix this. I was naive. I thought love was strong enough to fix anything. It was Tuesday evening. It was raining again. We were in the living room. The TV was on, but the sound was low. David, I said, I need to tell you something. He looked at me. He put down his book. What is it, Emma? Is something wrong? I took a deep breath. My hands were cold. I made a mistake, I said. A terrible mistake. He frowned. What happened? Did you crash the car? No, I said. Tears started to fall from my eyes. On Friday at the party, I did not stay with Sarah. David became very quiet. He sat up straight. Where were you? I met someone. I whispered. I drank too much. I was stupid. It meant nothing. But I cheated on you. The room was silent. The only sound was the rain on the window. Tick, tick, tick. I waited for him to shout. I waited for him to scream, but he did not. He just looked at me. His face changed. The color left his face. He looked pale. The light in his eyes went out. It was like watching a flower die in 1 second. David, please, I cried. I am so sorry. It was one time. I love you. Please forgive me. He stood up. He walked to the window. He looked outside. He did not look at me. Who was he? David asked. His voice was flat. No emotion. Just a man. Nobody. I don't even know him. Well, I said, did you sleep with him? Yes. David closed his eyes. I saw his shoulders shake. He was crying. Seeing him cry broke me. David never cried. I ran to him. I tried to touch his arm. David, please, I love you. He stepped away. He looked at me with fear. Don't touch me, he said. We can fix this, I begged. I will do anything. I will never go out again. I will spend every minute with you. Please, David. He looked at me for a long time. Then he spoke. I trusted you, Emma. You were my life. I thought we were the same person. Greater than clears throat, greater than, but I don't know you. The Emma I love would not do this. I am still me. I cried. No, he said. You were not. You broke our promise. He walked out of the room. He went to the bedroom. I heard him open the closet. I heard the sound of a suitcase. No, 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 no. I ran to the bedroom. He was packing his clothes. He was putting his shirts into the bag. Where are you going? I screamed. You can't leave. It is our house. I cannot stay here. He said, I cannot look at you. Every time I look at you, I see him. I see you with him. It was a mistake. Actions have consequences, David said. He closed the suitcase. Zip. The sound was loud. He walked to the door. I grabbed his hand. I fell to my knees. I begged him. I had no pride. I just wanted my husband. David, don't go, please. I am sorry. I am sorry. He looked down at me. His eyes were red. There was no anger. Only sadness. Deep, deep sadness. I know you are sorry, he said, but sorry does not fix this. My trust is gone. Without trust, there is no marriage. He opened the door. The cold wind came in. He walked out into the rain. He got into his car. I stood in the doorway. I watched the red lights of his car drive away. He was gone. I stood there for a long time. The house was empty. The house was silent. That night, I slept on the sofa. I could not sleep in our bed. It felt too big. The next days were a blur. I did not go to work. I did not eat. I just sat in the chair and stared at the wall. I waited for the phone to ring. I waited for the door to open. I thought he will come back. He just needs time. He will cool down. But he did not come back. 1 week later, I got a letter. It was from a lawyer. David wanted a divorce. I read the letter. The words were cold. Irreconcilable differences. That means we cannot fix our problems. I called David. He did not answer. I sent him messages. Please talk to me. I miss you. I love you. He never replied. My friends found out. Sarah came to see me. She felt guilty, too. I should not have taken you to that party. She said, no, I told her. It is not your fault. It is my fault. I made the choice. People in our town started to talk. It is a small town. Everyone knows everyone. When I went to the supermarket, people looked at me. They whispered. I saw the judgment in their eyes. That is Emma. She cheated on her nice husband. I felt shame. Shame is a heavy coat. You wear it everywhere. It makes it hard to walk. It makes it hard to breathe. David did not want the house. He said too many memories were there. Clear's throat, he wanted to sell it. I could not afford the house alone. My salary at the library was small, so we had to sell it. We sold the white house with the green door. We sold the garden with the roses. I had to pack my things. I put my clothes in boxes. I put my books in boxes. The last day in the house was the hardest. The rooms were empty. My footsteps echoed on the floor. I walked to the garden. The roses were dying. I did not water them for weeks. I sat on the grass and cried. I cried for the life I lost. I cried for the future we would never have. We were going to have children. We were going to grow old together. Now that was gone. All gone because of one night. One stupid mistake. I moved into a small apartment. It was in the city. It was on the 3rd floor. It had one window. The view was a brick wall. It was dark. It was cold. My life changed completely. I woke up alone. There was no smell of coffee. There was no good morning Emma. There was only silence. I ate breakfast alone, toast and tea. The silence was loud. I went to work. I tried to focus, but my mind was always on David. Where was he? Was he happy? Did he miss me? I later heard from a friend that David moved to another city. He started a new job. He wanted a fresh start, a start without me. Months passed. The pain did not go away, but it changed. At first, the pain was sharp like a knife. Later, it became a dull ache, like a bruise. I had a lot of time to think. I thought about why I did it. Why did I cheat? I was selfish. I took my happiness for granted. I thought the grass was greener on the other side. I thought excitement was better than stability. I was immature. I learned a hard lesson. Trust is like a mirror. You can fix it if it breaks, but you can still see the crack. And sometimes it shatters into dust and you cannot fix it at all. I lost my husband. I lost my home. I lost my reputation. Clear's throat, but the worst thing I lost was my self-respect. I looked in the mirror and I did not like the woman I saw. It took a long time to forgive myself. I started to go for walks. I walked in the park. I watched the birds. I watched the families. I saw couples holding hands. I felt a pinch of jealousy. But I also felt hope. I started to read again. I read stories about people who made mistakes, people who fell down and got back up. It helped me. I realized that my life was not over. It was just different. I was still Emma. I was still alive. I started to volunteer at an animal shelter. I helped take care of dogs and cats. They did not judge me. They did not know my mistake. They just wanted love. Giving love to them healed my heart a little bit. 1 year later, I saw David. I was at a coffee shop. I was buying a latte. I turned around and there he was. He looked good. He looked older. He had a few gray hairs. He was wearing a blue shirt. My heart stopped. The world stopped. David, I breathed. He looked at me. He did not smile, but he did not look angry anymore. He just looked distant, like I was a stranger. Or an old friend he had not seen in a long time. "Hello, Emma," he said. His voice was calm. "How are you?" I asked. My voice trembled. "I am doing well," he said. "I am happy." He looked at the door. A woman walked in. She was pretty. She had a warm smile. She walked to David and touched his arm. He smiled at her. It was the smile he used to give me. "This is Julie," David said. "My fiancé." Fiancé. He was getting married. I felt a huge wave of sadness. But I also felt something else. I felt relief. He was okay. He was happy. I did not ruin his life forever. "It is nice to meet you," I said to Julie. I tried to be brave. "Nice to meet you, too," she said. She did not know who I was. David looked at me one last time. "Take care, Emma," he said. "You too, David," I whispered. Be happy. They walked away together. I watched them go. I stood alone in the coffee shop. I drank my coffee. It tasted bitter, but I was okay. I survived. That was 2 years ago.